Alright, well, I managed to talk to the Cliffs last time. Let's see how it goes here. First things first. We're just gonna land here and do a little bit of resource collecting because small planets. So why not? There we go, got that ore. There we go. And we'll just go over here and we'll grab some more. Past that one apparently. There we go. And yeah, I know that, ooh, something's here. What's that? Escalating 4 data from objects, 6 work remaining, 2, done. Some sort of artifact there. Wonder what that object could be. Alright, let's just get this, ore since I know I'm in range of it. Apparently there's just one left. Poof. Yep, figures much. It really should make it so, it's clear if, you're landing on something. Or, they should make it so your ship can't land on, the objects you're, mining. Just for, situations like that where... you land on, it's you can't find your ship. Artifact Research Report. This artifact represents the platinum plate, with an engraved message on it. Based on our knowledge of the Cliff's language, we could decipher it partially. It seems to tell a story of the first nation to reach our planet in their home system. Similar plates were sent by humanity to the Moon and Mars, along with our first probes that reached those current celestial bodies. It is purely a memorial plaque, and possesses little scientific interest. However, it might be a useful tool in learning the Cliff's language and culture when Earth linguistics and xenopsychologists have to decipher completely. Could be useful then. And I think for the last one, we'll have to land our ship, a little bit closer to that stuff. Poof. You know, I like this plant because the water is frozen in a lot of places. Alright, there we go, we're done here. Let's get some choreography going, I guess. Alright, well, let's see here. Let's go visit the Borks. Oh, this is the typical plant here. And that's basically it for the plant, so off we go. What's this? Small moon, apparently. Lots to explore in this system, I guess. You know what? I could probably keep jumping on these plants, like, do stuff, but unless there's like something special on the plant, let's just not worry about it. Gas giant. Alright, so this plant's water resources prevail over the land 60%. The atmosphere is oxygen-based, suitable for breathing by humans. In some parts of its two continents, there are a lot of spontaneous natural vegetation. The scan reveals low levels of natural radiation, but the readings are anomalous high in Capital City. Goran's note, I'm no evolutionist, but I think it's obvious that this isn't the Bork homeworld. Hail. As you're trying to set up a communication line, Henry interrupts abruptly. Captain, wait. Goddamn it, Liz, what is it? I've studied all the available information about these Borks. I think I should escort you there personally. Why? I think I understand these creatures somewhat. From a military standpoint, I understand how they act. I could be useful. Sounds reasonable. Alright, get ready. Roger that, I'll meet you at the shuttle. And now I need to contact the plant. The plant responds quickly, surprisingly so, especially for Borks. Ahem, the speaker clears his throat. Vessel with no identification code. Pirates are not allowed to land. I repeat, pirates are not allowed to land. I repeat, not allowed to land. I repeat, not allowed to land. We aren't pirates. This is Aurora 2, Homeport Earth. We are on a diplomatic mission. Oh, if that's true, well, sorry for being so rude. You don't notice any change in his voice. The speaker sounds just as loud, rude, and pushy. I don't know if you know that, but you can't get Bork pirates to understand anything unless you repeat it a few times. So you're seriously on a diplomatic mission. They don't get much more serious. Well then, oh, here it is. You can hear quite roaring and rustling of paper. I'm sorry, it took me a long time to find this. Anyway, you're cleared for landing, but we're going to have to scan your ship. No way around that. If you really are diplomats, you'll be taken to the embassy, with all due care and mad props. Ahem, respect. With all due respect. And, oh right, forget about that. You can bring weapons if they're part of your ceremonial dress. No more than 7, but, creatures are permitted in your delegation. Great. Can we land already? Of course. Welcome to, Shifsahar. Wait, you call it Sispasa, right? Shifsahar? Sipsia? Whatever. We pronounce it Shifsahar. You pronounce it Sipsia. Ah, crap, sorry. Over and out. Silence. I wonder if they're all like that. What funny people. Right. We have to take off. Bork cities are very strange. You can see that out of your shuttle window as you land. You only realize why moments before landing there, buildings are surprisingly large and wide. But there are almost no skyscrapers. The food that are there obviously were not built by the Borks. You land. As you exit the shuttle, you see something. Some kind of armored vehicle that reminds you of a limo with a track drive. 5 Borks come out to meet you. The leader walks up to you. Hello! He speaks rather quietly, which, coupled with his coarse voice, certainly makes an impression. Aurora 2, Earth? Yes, and these are my people. We have weapons, but they are part of our ceremonial dress. The Bork eyes your holster carefully. In it is a good old intermediate caliber Sun Eagle. The rest have the same gun. Looks nice. What is it? Laser? Plasma? Magnetic acceleration? Something similar to the last thing you named. We call it firearms. The slug is accelerated by energy of explosive gases. The Bork nods. You can see interest in his eyes. Curious, but let's not talk about that now. Let's get into the transport. The transport is very cozy, despite looking pretty rough on the outside. The seats are soft and very spacious, designed with the Borks in mind. The only downside is the small windows, but then again, they are only small for a Bork. You will be driven there. The driver can show you around the city if you like. The Bork leader is about to leave, but then he adds, "Oh, right, I'm speaking to the driver." He speaks quietly and confidently, almost whispering. He is not very smart, not as bad as most of those outside the planet, but still, speaks simply and assertively. He walks off and addresses the driver. Gun it! The car takes off and goes to what passes for a freeway around here. The driver speaks to you. Oh, hey! Well, who's the boss here? You want to take a look at the town, or do we go straight to the embassy? Let's see the city. You drive around the outskirts of the city aimlessly for about a half hour. The driver just talks about random things. He is not a great guide. The Borks are a variety of people. You see random fights breaking out all over the place, but no one pays them any attention. Yeah, this kind of noisy this district. Hey, I can drive you around the city center. It's on our way anyway. Go to the center. The driver takes you to a district that looks a lot more posh. He hasn't become a better guide, so you only hear the bare minimum of useful information. But then the Bork pulls up next to some obelisk and speaks reverently. That's the memorial. Our guy is fighting Zorsan. It was hard. So who won? What? We did, of course. We did. The driver waves his fist around. The car swears. One that passes by tosses a rock at his windshield and shouts something. The driver calls back. No, you mutter. Yours. Alright, that's enough tourism. Let's go to the embassy. The Bork embassy is obviously built according to the mixed standards. There are only 4 floors, but the building is huge. Your transport makes it past 2 rings of security apparently. The guards are watching local porn and playing video games permanently. And stops next to the entrances. There we are. Thanks for a lift. The driver doesn't answer. The transport drives off. The same Bork who was at the spaceport greets you. Hey, that was quick. You just have to know the best route. The Bork looks extremely pleased with himself. From the looks of it, you decided to look around. Shorter after all. How did you like our capital? Did you see anything interesting on the way? Shorter, is that what the city's called? Shorter, yeah. But you can call it sorter, too. Us Borks are used to pronouncing the S as sh. A peculiarity of our vocal apparatus. It's easier for us that way. It's a beautiful city. Why are there so few tall buildings? It's a relatively new city. Old Shorter was destroyed, so we're rebuilding it. There are no tall buildings yet. We saw a fight, and the local law enforcer just stood there and didn't do anything. Why? Oh, that has to do with our culture. As you may have noticed, the Borks are a pretty aggressive people, and most of them aren't too bright, either. So these things happen. The Bork shrugs, and the very human gesture makes him look rather ridiculous. Actually, they had knives, but your cop only got involved when one of the fighters lost consciousness. A cop? I understand what you're trying to say. Yes, what can you do? Borks are silly creatures. Trying to punch each other's lights out with our fists really won't work. So no one really gives us any mind if the fight involves makeshift weapons, until it becomes a murder. We saw Obelisk iron the victory over Zorsan. Obelisk victory? Did the driver tell you all that? The Bork laughs. Miraculously, he lets out a dull roar, blinks and pats his sides. But the essence of the actions could logically explain it as laughter. He lied to you. The Bork finishes laughing and continues. At one time, we were at war with Zorsan. 3 years ago. They occupied Slipshire and landed their troops here. They took most of the city. Then we kicked them out and destroyed them. They used WMDs and the city was no more. Bork talks about it in everyday lazy voice, even taking his alien way of showing emotional into account. It is obvious that he doesn't feel sorry about it all. You're talking about it like as if it were nothing. Well, what can you do? We don't like death, but we don't mourn for long either. Alright, maybe we should get to business already. Right, business. Follow me, please. He enters the building. The interior can be called simple. Everything looks rich, but rough from the soft sofas to the chandeliers. But it doesn't offend the eye. The designer had taste. After some time, the escort stops next to a small metal door, behind which you can hear music. Bork's roaring and clicking. Our canteen is there. Let your people rest there. You will be talking with Mr. Diplomatic Representative one-on-one anyway. Is that really necessary? Pardon me, are you afraid? The Bork roars tauntingly. I'm not pardoning you, and I'm not. I'm cautious. I'm not afraid. Guys, stay here. Henry, follow me. You can wait on the couch outside the office. Then you walk down corridors full of carved wood decorations. The atmosphere here is mellow and completely unborkish. You turn left, then a couple times more, and then you're standing in front of yet another door. Unlike the one before, it's wooden and unmarked. There is a couch on each side of it. A typical Bork is in one of them, looking irritated and menacing. The holster on his hip makes him look even more impressive. Your escort shrugs. Oh, as you can see, the diplomatic representative is busy. Don't worry, as soon as he's finished, you are coming in. Ahead of the line, I'll call you. The escort goes inside the door. Alright, sit down on the other couch. The Bork keeps silent for a couple more minutes, breathing like concentration and making sense of what he just saw. Then he turns his head lazily. What, ahead of the line, you? Well, that's what he said, so yeah, me. Keep silent. The Bork speaks more loudly. Hey, I ask you a question. You go first? Keep silent, trying not to pay him any attention. The Bork jumps to his feet. The floor creaks audibly. What, you think I'm dumb? I asked you a question, answer it. I don't want trouble. Calm down. What, you don't... Wait. The Bork breathes loudly and shakes his head. Henry, we have to do something about him. Henry narrows his eyes. Captain, he's riling himself up. He's trying to make you mad, and himself too. Try to calm him down. What if I can't? I don't know, but you have to do something fast. The Bork looks angrier by a second. Okay, well, please don't be angry. We don't know your customs, so we could have offended you somehow. The Bork doesn't listen to you. He roars and tries to, stamping his feet loudly. You can't see anything in his stupid eyes. Danger, no time to ask for help, time to act. Dodge the blow. Your training is good. You dodge away, and a clumsy Bork smashes straight into the wall with a mighty rumble. The next 15 seconds transform the room into a playground for a game of cat and mouse. The Bork chases you and you dodge him. You're interrupted by a wild, incredibly loud roar of the escort who finally got back. Obviously, it is laughter. The angry as hell troublemaker is walked out. The escort, having having his had his good laugh, lets you in to see a diplomatic representative. The Bork diplomatic representative office is very lavish and a bit scary. You get this impression because of the numerous carved elements that are literally everywhere, from top to bottom. The owner himself apparently feels right home in his ambience, and he looks pretty lively. Hello! The Bork stands up. He seems unreasonably wide. Must be because of his suit. He nods at you and he sits back. Take a seat. Glad to see you. Aha! It sounded a lot like trying to stifle a laugh. Glad to see you too. You can call me Qatar. I am authorized to represent my country during diplomatic talks. I want to apologize right away for what happened in my waiting room. That grunt that sounded like a stifled laugh again. I propose you state the purpose of your visit. Okay, I come on a diplomatic mission. I've received the information packet from our ship. Sure. Yes, I have. Moreover, it's already been studied by the authorities, and we have a decision ready. I can't wait to hear it. Let's just say, I doubt that cooperation between our governments will be very productive, but we'll at least become better dancers. Qatar roasts in laughter, not even trying to hide it this time. Even though I'm glad to have a positive response, I can only say one thing. You have a stupid sense of humor. I'm perfectly happy with it. Qatar bares his teeth again, showing you who the boss here is. Do you have anything else, or can we consider this meeting over? No, I've discussed all I wanted with you. When will you send an ambassador to Earth? Alright, well, I think we're done with them. The Borks. While I was waiting to be called into the Bork diplomatic representative's office, there was an unpleasant incident. Some Bork was looking for a fight and attacked me. I had to jump around all over the waiting room, dodging the moron. I couldn't just shoot him, could I? During the meeting, I thought that Qatar Harak, the Bork diplomatic representative, was subtly making fun of me. And it's all because I didn't respond aggressively to the aggression of the dumbass Bork in the waiting room. Alright, doesn't matter. The important thing is that I managed to arrange some basic cooperation between our planets. Okay. Well, let's get going, I guess. So that's the Bork homeworld. I think we're gonna go to Zorsan homeworld, and then we'll like start making our way back toward our homeworld. Alright, here we are at the Zorsan homeworld. They've only got one planet, apparently. This is an ancient building, a remnant of some old civilization. Time and weather have eroded most of it. Only a few corroded pieces of metal and stone remain. Analysis indicate that it's at least 1,000 years old. It's impossible to understand now what it was built for. You know, think about I should probably get the astronomy going. Oh, we already collected all the astronomy data. Good. Okay, Zorsans are here. You do not belong to any of the species known to us. This ship is not authorized to make first contact with, with other civilizations. Proceed to our homeworld if you want to talk to us. There, they will decide what to do with you. Got it. Alright, so this is our homeworld, I guess. Scan reveals the planet's great age and resource depletion. Biologic deposits dry. There is next to no natural vegetation. The industry is incredibly developed, which supposedly is the reason for the planet's state. Gordon's note. We weren't able to scan the businesses and factories. They are well shielded. Deep scanning revealed some odd technological irregularities in the planet's depths. It seems that while we need a colony, the Zorsan need a completely new home. Alright, before I talk to them, we should probably go do this first. So basically, the alien Zorsan. It's hard to give any advice to those who attempt to breach the wall of Zorsan pride and antagonism towards the aliens. The only thing one could do is be curious, and to speak with the due or even exaggerated respect. And to be careful. Of course, the Zorsan have shown resentment towards alien diplomats more than once. So, these basically just give these guys respect, that's what I have to really do. Culture and art peculiarities. As mentioned above, large quantities of alien artifacts have been made to Zorsans themselves the chosen people, which makes them rather chauvinistic. They consider all alien species as second-class creatures that were not lucky enough to have fate. Note the closest translation of the word being used by Zorsan, make them be born as Zorsan. Despite this, the Zorsan culture is pre-developed in many aspects, blah blah. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. Hail. Hello. This is the Walkshire First Class. Who are you? Your ship isn't registered in our database. Aurora 2, Homeport Earth. I represent humans. I've come on a diplomatic mission. Oh, he sounds surprised. I'm not authorized for such negotiations. I have to go. You have to wait. How long? There is no answer, but the line is still open. You have to listen to silence for almost 10 minutes, and only then someone connects to the line. This is the head watch guard of the planet. You can't make out the name of the planet, he says. The only word you manage to make out is Zorsan, but foreigners like you usually call it Zorsan. Who are you? Aurora 2, a ship from Earth. I represent my people. We are newcomers to space. We have a diplomatic mission. Yeah, I know about it. I was instructed about this. You will be allowed to land if you agree to certain conditions, such as 1. You have to be respectful toward the Zorsan people. This is the main rule. Everyone has to abide by it. Seems logical, but why would you bring it up? I think it's obvious. It's a good thing that you think that. 2. No more than 5 representatives. 3. No combat weapons are allowed. Okay, what else? 4. The captain will have to negotiate personally. And that is all. Do you think you can agree to those conditions? Of course. In that case, you may proceed to land. You have to provide an access code once you enter the outer atmosphere. It has already been sent to you. Over and out. Okay, over and out. When a door opens, you see a small delegation of creatures that look a lot like humans. Judging from their posture and facial expressions, they're military. Good day. We are here to provide your safety. I think that's a good thing. Where do we go? You follow us. They surround you and your men in a box formation. Can you imagine being comfortable while walking surrounded by people in grey uniforms? At least it doesn't last long. Just until you're out of the spaceport. You're led to something that looks like a bus. There are some symbols on its side, obviously of their government. Please take a seat. Thanks, I guess. The door closes right after the last man is in. The bus moves out. The driver doesn't pay you any attention whenever you try to strike up a conversation. Alright, look out the window. The bus leaves the spaceport. You don't see any people around. Seems like this is an industrial zone. Wherever you look, there are factories stretching over many kilometers. You can't see any smoke or any other obvious pollution, but more in-depth inspection shows that the environment here is very polluted. Talk to your people. The one sitting on the seat coupled with your answers. Liz sent his best, sir. Those who are capable of acting in unknown, constantly changing environments, this is the best thing for this situation. Look at the window some more, yes. You enter the city. It's big. No, it's really big. You won't go as far as to call these buildings skyscrapers, but they're tall. There's a lot of cars on the highway and a lot of people. They're dressed well, although their style looks strange to someone from Earth. Their clothes look rather Eastern. Wide pants, long dresses with sleeves. One of your soldiers is looking out the window fixedly, looking agitated. Hey, are you alright? The muscular Japanese man sitting 2 seats away to your left. They're looking at us. I think they're angry. Can you see anything in that crowd? Captain, we aren't welcome here. Right, well, be on your guard. The bus pulls up at a big high-rise. There are Zorsan standing next to it. There are several, and their clothes don't look anything like what the silly dwellers you saw outside your windows wore. They remind you of the eastern side of Earth, too. Something cape-like, with a hood. The bus door opens. We're getting out. One of the Zorsan approaches you outside. Looking at him up close, you can see that the white cloth on his cape is thick, beautiful, and a bit, whatever. Good day, glad to meet you. Please follow me. It is worth noticing that there isn't anything reminiscent of your press around. Never heard of it, and I probably prefer not to hear about it. Given the choice, I received reports saying that you got here with a diplomatic mission. That's right, and we're ready to send over some introductory information about us. Our planet, our technology, our cells, it's a short description to provide you with first impressions. Send it over. The Zorsan presses at the top of the desk, revealing some kind of computer. I've opened the channel. I've transferred it right to the Imperial Department of Intelligent Logistics. If you're curious, right? Done. Now, I want to ask you a question. I don't know if you're aware, but the Zorsan don't have a special relationship with anybody. Not the Borks, not the Cliffs, not the Rogues, not even the Gardeners. Why do you think that is? You seem like an arrogant creature, blah blah. I'll stay from answering. I think there are a lot of reasons, and every side has something to say. Maybe you're so advanced they don't think it's necessary? I'll stand for answering. Yes, every side has something to say. Maybe they're just less developed than us, or maybe we're just better, who knows. I definitely don't. And categories like better or worse aren't fit for those type of comparison. Why not? Let's be honest. There are always ones that are better, simply better. And it's obvious that in an uneven alliance, the worst one will benefit, not the better one. Tell me, how would we benefit from a relationship with you? Peace is always profitable. A relationship between unequal partners only stimulates the less productive one to work harder. Cooperating with someone who is better than you makes you better. But you are too strict. You put technology development higher than cultural development or any other kind. Right. Am I hearing things, or did you just outright say that my people is worse than yours? That's pretty bold. There's a lot of similarities between us than things are different, and we blah blah blah. Let's go with peace. Trust me, human captain. It's not like that. Worst one will never catch up with the better one. He is interrupted by a call from something that acts as a telephone. Having finished this conversation, the Zorsan looks at you again. Something has changed. Look. He walks up to the window and opens it. The noise from the street fills the room, along with a stuffy stench that smells like something that burned. This smells everywhere in our cities. Superstitious old men say that it's the stench of rotting soil. They think our planet is dead. It's decomposing. What do you think of our planet? From what I've been able to see, your ecological situation really is rather drastic. Let's go with that one. Yes, technological advancement has forced us to sacrifice some things. I think you realize what they were by now. That's very sad. Definitely. And it's all the sadder for me. Zorsan is my home, after all. A great planet, a great empire. He shakes his head, then sighs and retreats into himself for some time. The next thing he says is very sudden. Judging from the data you provide, our planets are very similar, Zorsan and Earth. They aren't exact copies, of course, but in terms of planetary structure, fossils, flora, although we don't have much of the latter left, as you can see. I didn't know. Now you do. The information you provide is pretty interesting. The information you provide is very interesting, but there is one more thing I'd like to know. The Zorsan gets back behind his desk and presses the topic again. The door opens with a crack. Several Zorsans wearing blue robes and holding weapons run inside. They quickly train their sights on you. And the question is, I want to know the corners of your planet. Obviously, there isn't going to be any cooperation between us. Of course not. Even in the best case scenario, we just kick you out of our system disgraced. The Zorsan don't like foreigners, human captain, especially ones like you. A bad, tasteless parody of us. A sign of what we could have become had we not been us. Okay now. That was an obvious signal. Punching the Zorsan diplomat in the face was another one. When you turn around, you see that your troops have already dealt with the enemy guards and gotten their weapons. You'll definitely have to give Liz a bonus now. What now, Captain? You can hear yelling and noise, loud footsteps, and alarm is sounded in a few seconds. And now we have to run. To the hangar, then the shuttle, and get the hell out of here before they realize what's happening. Damn it, that's not how I imagined it would happen. Alright, well, we got ourselves a fight. Unfortunately, I can't see, like, that stuff, but at least I got 6 soldiers, so that's good. Alright, well, we got some guys to kill. Fire him. Guard killed, kill him. And I took a hit, but whatever, kill him. So apparently the Zorsans are going to be my enemies, I guess. Okay, we can't go into the door, so it's just basically a romp to get out of here. Ow. Button pressed. Wonder what that does. Nice little bit of music in the background. My soldier here is almost dead yet again, but this is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. Oh, these guys apparently have better range than me. And I can move in the walls for some reason. Or that's just a glitch in the wall, I guess. There's my shuttle. Henry meets you right as you get out of the shuttle. Captain, what happened on Zorsan? Something really bad. Energy to weapon and defense assistance, full battle alert. Let's get out of here ASAP. Affirmative. Henry quickly passes the order over his VA tablet. Calm down, what happened? Long story short, they tried to probably capture us. I don't know what they were trying to achieve. We didn't wait for the story to unfold and attacked them right away. What started it all? The representative was very arrogant from the start. He passed the information package over somewhere, and then someone called him. Probably the ones he sent it to. That probably was what started it all. He was instructed as to what to do with us. That's all suspicious. We should find out more with the, what was it, Klisk? Or is it the other ones who traded information? It's them, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that we just get out into deep space, but we're already mixed up in a war. The ironic thing is, it's with the species that looks like us. That really is our ironic. That's what I'm talking about, right? Time to get back to our duties. Alright, well. Aggressive negotiations. I decided to pay the Zorsan a visit, but it all went to hell. They tried to capture me. Why? I have to deal with it ASAP. The most unpleasant thing here is that they wanted the corners of Earth. I can't let them fall in the hands of Zorsan. I better ask our races about the reasons for doing it, or maybe I could intercept the Zorsan courier ship. It's bound to have some information about us. Apparently, as soon as we went to space, we got ourselves a sworn enemy. Hooray! I got myself an enemy to fight! And I could try and fire people, but... yeah, those guys are apparently hostile to us now. Okay, engineering, get to work repairing my hull because I let them hit me there a few times. Capture Zorsan weapon research, that could be useful. Alright, after studying the captured weaponry, we know more about focusing our lasers and increasing their efficiency. Our engineers are now able to supply our landing party with these weapons. A group of scientists have developed a new theory of inducing emissions using materials that had never been used for this purpose before, which may trigger a revolution in industry and technology. Cool. So my landing party now has better gear, perhaps. Alright, let's go to maybe the Borks, I guess. Maybe they can say something. Alright, the Bork diplomatic representative office is very lavish and a bit scary, blah blah. When we got to the Zorsan planet, they lured us in and attacked us. Why did they do it? We never did anything bad to them. The Zorsan are like that with everyone. They think our races aren't worthy, so they try to enslave whoever they can and destroy whoever they can't. The Borks are bandits and murderers, ha! Compared to the Zorsan, we're pretty sweet. Were they like that with you too? Yes, we had several wars. The last one ended in almost complete destruction of our capital, but we hit them pretty hard too. Well, it's the same with the rest of them. The Cliffs, the Rogues, they picked fights with everyone. Why doesn't anyone do anything about them? If you unite, you could win and force them to be more respectful. No one needs it. Us, the Cliffs, the Rogues, and some others have shown them that we can take care of ourselves, but that came at a great price. In a space war, there usually are no victors, but there are losers. No one wants any more destruction. It's easier to just let it be. So, it would be stupid of us to expect you to support us. As long as the Zorsan aren't a serious threat to you, we don't have any reason to intervene. But if it comes to total war between our species, it will all depend on our cooperation. If it goes well in the future, we can aid you. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Alright, well, so that's good to know. They'll come to our aid, I guess. And yeah, my land party can get Zorsan layers by now, which is, like, you know, better. Cool. And I know it lasts a couple soldiers, so let's just move a couple scientists in here, I guess. And... now let's just go. Let's go to the Clisk. That's not the one. This one. Oh, human captain, what brings you here? We have to talk about something. I can trade them and that's about it. Let's slow Geodata, I guess. I want to get this stuff soon, but... you know, I'm going to wait until we have a whole lot more data before I basically sell it. Is what I'm going to do, I think, at this point. And let's just make our way over to the Rogues, maybe. There's a Peacock system. There it is. Earl looks at you. His eyes cloudy. Nope, I didn't want anything, just a curious visit. Okay, apparently you don't want anything with us, okay. Prior to our Hark, the Bork diplomatic president told me a bit about the Zorsan. They're a very belligerent people. They've had a fair share of wars, but why would they want us? Well, you know what? Let's just go to over here, I guess, our colony system. I'm gonna guess they probably want our plant. Just a hunch. Fire? I sincerely welcome our guests from Earth. I'm glad that you've come to visit us. Are you here on business? Maybe you want to help us. The captain told us to check how you're doing. If you need help, we should stay for a bit. No, our orders are to make sure you're alive and leave right away. Can't help you. How are you doing? He shrugs. Can't you see? We're not doing great. A week ago, some local rat chewed all the way through our main lab computer. We're lucky to have a replacement one. Otherwise, we're okay. How did it manage to do that? We missed it. It ran into the research center, chewed through the computer, and bit Susan Hong's leg. Susie fainted. Can you imagine? Yeah, this place is something else. Right then. Do you have any business, guys? Or maybe you want to help? If you need help, we can stay a bit. The colonel's leader's meaty lips stretched into a smile. The place we live in, we always need help. If you want, you can help us find some missing people in the forest or in a cave, but we can do that ourselves. That's pretty easy. We'd rather you hunt some animals, or help us repel an attack. Missing people, what's with that cave? A group of researchers, speciologists, have gone missing in one of the local caves. Again, we can find them ourselves, but help is always welcome, right? I don't want to risk my men. And if you save the scientists, you'll get valuable scientific data. That's useful. It's better someone else has been? Okay, we'll help you. Use your map to find the objects you need on the surface. All initial objects, including the constant anomalies, are marked red. Got it. So, over there, I guess. Alright, that'll be for next time. For now, let's just save it here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Zorsan aggression. We'll see how it goes next time.